Everyone thinks the Pied Piper is just a grim fairy tale. They're wrong. The story of the Pied Piper of Hamelin isn't merely a cautionary children's fable. It's a chilling echo from the past, a persistent historical mystery that has haunted a small German town for centuries, rooted in something far more unsettling than a simple rat infestation. For generations, historians and folklorists have grappled with its origins, sifting through ancient documents and local traditions, trying to decipher if this dark narrative is pure fiction or a veiled account of a catastrophic real-world event. The legend, as most know it, tells of a piper dressed in vibrant, multicolored clothes, appearing in Hamelin in 1284. The town, overrun by rats, hired him to rid them of the pests, which he did with his mesmerizing flute. When the townspeople refused to pay his agreed-upon fee, the piper returned. But this time, his tune lured not rats, but the town's children, 130 of them, to be precise, leading them away, never to be seen again. A tale of revenge, certainly. But what if this isn't just a moral lesson about keeping promises? What if the rats were a metaphor, and the children vanished not into a magical mountain, but into a darker chapter of European history? The first written account of the Pied Piper appears in a stained glass window from the Hamelin Market Church, dating back to around 1300. This original window, unfortunately, was destroyed, but copies and descriptions survive. These early records, some predating the commonly known versions by centuries, strikingly omit the rats entirely. The focus is solely on the disappearance of the children, establishing this as the core, original tragedy. One of the most compelling pieces of evidence is the inscription on the Rattenfänger house, the rat-catcher's house in Hamelin. It explicitly states the date, June 26, 1284, when 130 children were led out of the town. This isn't a vague once upon a time. This is a specific date, a specific number etched into the town's memory, passed down through generations. Such precision suggests a historical event, not a whimsical invention. So, if not rats and magic, what truly happened to the children of Hamelin? One prominent theory points to the Ostsiedlung, the German eastward expansion and settlement of Slavic lands during the High Middle Ages. During this period, from the 12th to the 14th centuries, large numbers of Germans, particularly younger generations, were encouraged to migrate east to settle new territories in Bohemia, Moravia, Prussia, and Poland. Recruiters, often charismatic and well-dressed, traveled through towns and villages, promising land, prosperity, and a fresh start in these less developed regions. They were, in essence, pipers luring people to a new life. Hamelin, being a relatively small town, might have experienced a significant demographic drain if a large group of its youth departed en masse for the east. A loss of 130 young people would have been devastating, leaving a profound scar. The legend's piper could represent such a charismatic recruiter, and the children, the young adults who followed him, disappearing into the vast, unknown lands to the east, never to return to Hamelin. Another, more tragic, theory links the disappearance to one of the numerous children's crusades that swept through Europe in the early 13th century. These ill-fated expeditions saw thousands of children and young adults march towards the Holy Land. Many of these crusaders, often poorly organized and provisioned, never reached their destination. They perished from disease, starvation, or were sold into slavery. A piper could have been a charismatic, if misguided, leader. The Black Death, though occurring later in the 14th century, also provides a chilling, if chronologically imperfect, parallel. Plagues, with their mysterious origins and devastating tolls, often led to mass disappearances. While the 1284 date predates the worst of the Black Death, localized outbreaks of disease were common throughout the Middle Ages. A sudden, fatal illness, striking a significant portion of Hamelin's youth, could have been explained by a mysterious piper. The addition of the rats, a later embellishment, likely served as a common medieval motif for plague and disease, blending the older tale of child loss with a more contemporary fear of pestilence. Even more unsettling is the theory that the piper was a euphemism for a cult leader or a tragic accident. Perhaps the children were lured into a cave that collapsed or drowned in a river during a misguided expedition. The children's door in Hamelin, a gate through which the children supposedly departed, is still preserved, and it's forbidden to play music or dance there out of respect for the lost children. This isn't mere folklore, it's a deep-seated communal grief. Ultimately, the true historical roots of the Pied Piper remain elusive, shrouded in the mists of time and layered with centuries of storytelling. Yet, the persistent details, the date, the number, the town's enduring memory anchor it to something real. It serves as a stark reminder that even our most fantastical tales often spring from the fertile and sometimes terrifying ground of human history. Legends aren't just stories, they're often history whispering through the ages. The Pied Piper of Hamelin, then, is more than a warning about broken promises. It's a haunting echo of lost generations, a somber testament to a forgotten catastrophe that shaped a town's identity forever. Uncover more forgotten chapters of history by exploring our other deep dives into the past.